a son in this duo. It's Chef Devan Rajkumar, joined by his lovely mom, Bano. So I am so happy to have you both with us today. And you've cooked with us before on the show, Bano.
Yes.
With Chef Dev. And her and I, we DM each other, you see. And I've been trying to get her back here. So this makes a lot of sense that you're here for the Mother's Day show. And I love that you're going to be we're making stew chicken and roti, which is a meal that you would serve at home for your boy.
Yes.
Tell me why you like
Yes.
this one. Why do you like this recipe?
It's one of his favorites since he was very young. It's comfort food for Devan.
Yeah.
Stew chicken and roti.
This is the meal that when I'm traveling and I come back home, Mom will always ask, she's so kind to ask, what would you like to eat? Because she knows I've been away for a long time. So I think it's gotten to the point now where this is just ready. And Mom has the roti at this stage before I come home, so it's fresh.
Yeah, and she's making, and you make the roti, right?
Yes.
You don't buy the roti like some of us do. You're making your, okay,
Yes,
she's
it's
making
really
it fresh.
fast and easy.
It's pretty fast and easy, especially if you're a pro at it. So I know you want to get started on the stew.
I've already started.
Okay, what did you do over there, Chef?
So we are going to start building the base, and I just want to make it very clear that this is Mom's recipe.
It
This
is.
is a recipe that my mom makes that even though we have a written recipe for Cityline, if you follow it at home, it'll be amazing. But me, if I follow it, it's not going to come out as if my mom makes it. So let's start building flavor. Onions, garlic, ginger. And while I get this going, I think it's a good time for you to start this roti paratha recipe.
So we have all-purpose flour. We'll mix in a bowl along with some whole wheat flour.
That's good that you mix the two together, I guess.
Yes.
It gives it that extra punch of fiber, huh?
Yeah, and we've got some baking powder, a pinch of salt.
I also used to, like, growing up, I would kind of, like, not be the biggest fan of the whole wheat flour. But now, these days that I'm starting to eat healthier and realize the importance of that, I'm all for it.
You wouldn't eat which kind of flour? Like the white flour?
I'd be like, oh, whole wheat flour. Why can't I have, like, white roti like my other friends?
That's my son now.
His
That's my
friends
son
got
now.
white roti at their house.
Yeah.
And I wish you'd make white rotis.
You're like, no, it's
So
got to be
here
a
we
little
go.
bit healthy, kid. Right?
After forming a well, we'll start mixing the water gradually until it forms a dough.
Okay, so I love the fact that you're making it fresh, and this is something that you're going to see. I mean, I grew up with friends who are Guyanese, and there was always fresh roti. Like, roti was something that was constantly in rotation.
Yes.
It wasn't reaching in the fridge to get a loaf of bread. It was making the roti every day. So you've become such a pro on it. When you have to come on TV and do it, it's like you actually have to think about writing out the steps for us, right? Because it's so automatic.
And it's so hard. I mean, Devan whips out the recipe in no time, but for me, it's a little harder.
Yeah.
Now, we'll form this into a dough, into a nice round ball, and cover it with a damp paper towel.
Okay.
So I'll set that aside, and I've already got. Now, that mixture will provide 4 rotis for my family.
Okay.
And for us, we usually have very thin rotis. For some people, they'll make 2 rotis out of that, or for the, you know, bus-up shirt, you probably use 1.
That's
that
right.
whole dough to make it.
Because you want it thicker.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
okay, so now we have it sat there for a while, and now we're going to roll it out?
We'll let that sit for 10 minutes or so with a damp paper towel. And we've got 2 of these.
So are you gonna let me help you?
Sure. Shall I
Are you gonna be like my mom? And
Sure.
yeah, you start
Should
it.
I start it?
Every time I start doing something in the kitchen with my mom, she's like, "Well, hold on. This is how you do it." So let's just see how this is gonna go.
Because we want to make sure there's enough flour to move it around.
And
There
this
you
looks
go.
easy, but if you haven't done this
Not
before,
to me, it
can
doesn't.
it can be very challenging,
Okay.
right?
Just go to it, Tracy. Just be careless.
Right?
Yes.
Look at
Just whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flip it over.
Now, do the rotis have to be proper and round? I hear that that's what you
Yeah.
need to find a proper husband.
There's and on my
round
page,
roti.
on my page when
There
we
you
do
go.
like
Flip
when we
it
do
over,
these videos,
Tracy.
those are
Yeah.
all the comments.
That's what they say.
Yeah, it's a
Because we
typical
need
like
the flour.
Guyanese, West Indian.
I have to learn how to make a round roti. How did I
Yeah.
get Leo? I don't know.
Yeah. Making it round and then clapping it. Well, we're gonna get to that. Do you put oil in the pan, Mom, when you do it?
No.
Not for the first
No,
part, right?
no.
Oh, you
So
don't?
This guy goes
Okay.
down.
So, Tracy, let's do this.
All right.
Let
So you're putting a bit of
we'll
oil
let
on
Devan
it.
do his thing.
Let's
This-
Okay,
that
so let's
one.
move on to the stew then
Yeah,
while
so
this is doing its thing. Go
Onions, ginger, garlic, salt. Some really key ingredients that Mom uses are smoked paprika. That goes into the mix. We're going to add cumin. This is cumin that's been parched, which means that it's been toasted. Very Guyanese thing, very East Indian thing as well.
Yeah.
It enhances the flavor. Like a garam masala, a hot spice blend, is typically toasted off before you grind it. We take the flavor up. Let's come in with some allspice. And I don't see this recipe anywhere else. This is kind of proprietary to Mom.
Yeah.
Wiri peppers from Guyana,
Yep.
which are just incredible, great flavor. We're gonna throw them in. I'm not even gonna burst them.
Okay.
I wanna mix this around and just get everything coated. This is where the color of the stew starts to come. Now I'm gonna come in with the chicken, and I wanna cook the chicken and get it really nice and coated with the spices.
And you're using bone-in chicken.
Critical.
Critical.
This is how, this is traditional for Mom. I know back in Guyana, this is definitely how it would be, but there's also so much more flavor.
Yeah.
And we're getting a better yield.
Yeah.
And I love the bone.
Yeah.
So what's happening here? Because this thing's starting to
It's
swell.
bubbling up. Is that what that's what's supposed to happen, Benno?
Once you see the bubbles, the first time you put it on, it's time to flip it over.
Got it.
And then I base it with some ghee and oil mixture. Flip it, make sure both sides are covered, and then you flip it back.
Got it.
And it's
Okay.
important to mention that roti is essentially what's happening. But once you introduce fat, oil, or ghee, that turns into paratha. But I've always
okay.
known it as roti. We call it roti.
Right.
And not
right.
roti, roti.
Roti. There's a T in that.
Yeah.
And before it gets to that stage,
Yeah.
this is how we will prepare it. So we slit down the middle to the circumference and start
Oh.
forming a funnel.
Okay.
And
This is the
keep
magic.
Moving,
This
keep
is the
moving.
magic.
You
Yeah.
take the end that's left, tuck it in the bottom.
Yeah.
Now everybody will know how to make a roti. You tuck it in the bottom.
Well, I
nice-
can't do that,
nice
but
and
I like
neat.
watching it.
And now we stick the top, you form it into a disc,
Yeah.
and it's ready.
So hold
And
on a
that's what we
second. Did
roll
you
down.
do that so that it's layered in there?
Yes.
Oh, that's how you get
Good.
all the layers.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So
Now-
over here,
right.
the wiri peppers that are in there,
cool.
I can burst them to make it spicy, but I know Dad at home doesn't like it spicy, so my mom won't burst them.
Yeah.
Me, I like bursting them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
from here, I can add in my water,
Mm-hmm.
and then we are going to now stew it. So I cover it
Yeah.
with a lid, give it one more mix, and now we're going to simmer this for a good half an hour. And I think
Good.
Mom can clap. This is what the finished dish looks like. I really want to show. And Mom, let's clap.
The
and
stew
show.
looks amazing.
Yeah, it's next
That's
level.
beautiful, but
That's
I need
one
to
of my-
see this roti being clapped.
So this is clapping. This will tenderize the roti. If
That's
you're
how
not
it
a
comes out
trained
like that.
professional, this is going to burn your hands completely. You won't be able to do it.
Okay.
So I posted a video on my page before, Mom cooking roti, and everyone's like, how does she clap it? Hands
Yeah.
of steel.
Yeah.
I mean, even me, I suffer. But Mom, you can put it in a kitchen rag.
Oh, in a kitchen towel.
Yeah, or paper
Yeah.
bag.
You put it in a kitchen
But tell
towel.
me
a
what's
paper
happening
bag.
when you clap it, because that's the difference between like a tortilla or a pita and a roti.
That's
Like
correct.
that, like it. You know
That's
what I
correct.
mean? The
It's soft.
layers and
Tenderizing.
And it's soft. Yes.
nice.
So you break a piece off.
Yeah.
know,
Do you
wanna
it's
try it?
nice and soft.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, here, come.
Yes, please.
I do. So can you just can I just dip it?
Yeah, well,
I don't
you-
know if we got the shot yet, but oh well, guys.
Yeah, you can
I'm
take a
going
little
for
bit. You
it.
taste the flavor. Mm-hmm. A nice soft roti.
wow,
With whole
it's
wheat
so
flour, it's hard to
good.
get it that soft.
Oh, it's so fresh.
It's soft bread.
Yeah.
It's simple to make, right? Yeah, just
I don't
follow
know.
the
I want you to just come over and do it for me, Benno.
I will. I will.
So one thing we don't make at home is roti. Find this recipe up at cityline.tv. It is so